Turkey and Syria. As we've been reporting, at least 3 American citizens are among the dead there. Normally bustling downtown streets and neighborhoods are now filled with the debris of collapsed buildings and twisted asphalt. Those streets and neighborhoods also filling with despair as conditions worsen. In the midst of it all, California is coming to the rescue. I'm live now with Carrie Murray, the president of ShelterBox USA, an international disaster relief organization based in Santa Barbara. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
The size of this crisis does seem hard to imagine. 20,000 dead that we know of, and many more lives are at risk in the freezing cold and rains coming to Turkey if solutions aren't found. Now, you have, 5 staff on the ground as of today, paired up with local Rotary districts. I know the Turkish government has cut off travel to the southern part of the country and Gaziantep until search and rescue operations are completed. So right now, is ShelterBox kind of just in the coordination phase in the meantime?
Yes, so this is an active search and rescue, as you've seen. The next phase is really meeting the immediate needs, and we focus on the shelter needs of people who've been displaced. So our teams are in Turkey. What they are doing is starting to coordinate with local partners. This is a region that we've worked extensively. Syria, in particular, we've been working for 11 years with the civil war. It's the longest response in our history. But yes, they are coordinating a response, working with other NGO actors, and working to mobilize what aid we will have in the region that we will be able to support the response with. It could be tents, shelter kits, solar lights, could be stoves, clothing. So right now we're looking at caseloads. We know hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced, and we're going to start coordinating and mobilizing this response.
All righty. Now, we've been hearing from some of those who have survived this terrible situation, and they're saying we don't need mattresses, we need shelter. ShelterBox facilitates that. You listed off some of the tools that you kind of ship to these areas. What else are in those boxes that you send that can help people sort of set up some kind of shelter right now?
Yeah, so quite routinely, we bring things like kitchen sets. We bring water filters. We bring water containers. We bring solar lanterns. There's no power. We also bring high thermal blankets as well as winter clothing. It is winter. It is freezing. So these are the basic things that people will need in the moment who've been displaced by these devastating series of earthquakes, both in southern Turkey and also in northwest Syria.
ShelterBox responds to all kinds of disasters, and unfortunately, Turkey is familiar territory. Your organization was there after the 2011 Van earthquake. That was a 7.1 trembler. This week's was 7.8. How is that past situation informing your work now, and what may be different? There is a different president in place, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, now.
Right. So we look at the unique displacement needs that people have in crisis situations. We have been responding, as I mentioned, in northwestern Syria. We've worked in places like Idlib and Aleppo that have had massive waves of displacement. Half the pre-war population has been displaced because of the civil war. They're in a crisis within a crisis. Many of them already displaced, affected by this now. And so we'll look at the types of shelter solutions that we provided in these countries and in this region in the past. And we know we've used our tent solutions, our shelter kits, but also a lot of the basic household items. And so we look at that, but we also match it to what are the other things that are needed that other organizations are not bringing in that maybe we need to procure. And so this is going to be a long, complex response. The logistics are, and obviously the politics are very complex. And so this is going to be a response that mounts over the next weeks and months to come to help these folks that have been displaced.
And I hate to have to ask that, but how many other disasters is your group responding to right now while at the same time mobilizing in Turkey and Syria?
The scale of what we're responding to is immense right now. So we're approaching 1 year in Ukraine. We've been working on several projects. We're on our 6th project there to help displaced families within Ukraine. We're also working in Pakistan from severe flooding across Africa. So for our organization, that's a global relief organization, we've been stretched really thin. And now is a time we definitely could use the support of the public.
Okay, and just quickly before we run out of time, for what was billed as a war that would be over in 3 days, you just mentioned Ukraine. We are approaching the 1-year mark of the Russian invasion. You've been working in Ukraine from the start, at one time bringing 12,000 mattresses to Moldova, small neighboring country to which people were fleeing. What's the state of the operation there right now? If you can give it to us briefly, I know you're headed there.
Yes. So right now we're bringing emergency shelter kits. Hundreds of thousands of homes have been damaged or destroyed. We're also bringing winterized sets like stoves, firewood, high thermal blankets, sleeping bags, helping people just sustain themselves during the winter months in the middle of this brutal war.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your insight. And of course, we'll be checking back in with you as you head to Ukraine and keep monitoring Shelter Box's efforts in Turkey and Syria. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.